Okay. Yet again, not really scripted. We're going to try and stick to the point. I have been drinking. What inspires me? What makes me well up in a misty-eyed kind of like way? Amongst the first things I ever read, I was quite an early reader. I was reading by the time I was about 5, from what I remember. With the Tales of King Arthur, Ladybird books. Those of you in the UK may remember Ladybird, the little books that big. Yeah. Ladybird books on Arthurian tales. Ladybird books on Greek mythology. Yeah, Greek mythology is a bit screwed up, isn't it? Makes the Norse gods look a little bit tame. Sorry, Odin. Mostly sorry, Loki. You were the worst of them always. I actually remember at the age of 10 reading an adult treatise on Greek mythology. And of course, Tolkien played an early part in my literature. Which is why I'm so upset over the Rings of Power. Gods above, is that? I mean, I'll be honest. With the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, Peter Jackson did a phenomenal job. With The Hobbit, yeah, he was stretching it out a bit when he. How it goes is with the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, they were trying to cram too much into 3 films in a lot of ways. But with the 3 Hobbit movies, they were trying to cram too little into too much. Ooh. God's damn it. Tangent. I'm in such a complicated position at the moment. I find myself wanting things I shouldn't want. Right, back to the subject matter. Oh, God's above. my inherently impulsive nature doesn't do me any favours at times. Back to the subject. Tolkien, Greek mythology, King Arthur. Which is why, since the 1990s, because I'm old, I will always admire the British born, but now lives in Cape Cod, I believe, author Bernard Cornwell. He wrote the Warlord trilogy, which was although magical, but also practical interpretation of Arthurian myth. And those stories have stayed with me for a long time. His interpretation of the Arthurian myth, it gels with me big time. The fact that in his books, Arthur was never king. He was the Dux Bellorum, the Lord of Battle. Warlord. Because Arthur knew how to plan, how to outfox an opponent. But Arthur's problem was his willingness to forgive enemies. Not sure how I feel about that. I realised that ITVX have done a series based on it. I don't like it. But please read the books. Bernard Cornwell's Warlord trilogy, the first of which is The Winter King. They are absolutely superb. That man knows how to write. Not only he knows how to write battle scenes. Oh, more messages coming in from people who complicate my life. There are several moments in those books by Bernard Cornwell, the Warlord trilogy, first book, The Winter King, that I feel the wisdom of. There is one in which a Romano-British warrior, after they've had a defeat, turns around to Derfel, one of the central characters, Derfel Kadan, Derfel the Mighty. And Derfula's like, how are you feeling? Or something like that. And he's like, a warrior takes his losses like he takes his plunder lightly. And there's something that Bernard Cornwell's Arthur says. Well, no, it's not what he says, it's how other people describe him. They describe him with a Latin phrase that I cannot remember right now. But basically, the English translation is, I hate, I love, it hurts. And that always struck me. And Bernard Cornwell's description of Arthur, lantern jawed, earnest and honest. A nice guy until you piss him off. I had an ex-girlfriend many years ago. I'm still in contact with her. She's a good girl. He compared me to him. And she couldn't have paid me a better compliment. To compare me to Bernard Cornwell's interpretation of King Arthur, she couldn't have paid me a better compliment. There is one scene in the books I will always go back to. I'll always think about. And that's when Arthur is faced with enemies on all sides. Is faced with the idea that I'm not welcome here. I have to defend the right of a child king, Mordred, to rule. And various other things were going on politically. Yeah. Where the hell have my visitors gone? Oh, bugger. Empty. Empty. Buggering hell. I had loads sitting around here. Oh, they're probably up there. Hang on. Oh. Sorted. And that particular, what time she was a young lady, she's not anymore. That particular person's comparisons between me and a character from Arthurian legend. Damn, she knew me. As she still does. Because me and her chat occasionally. I was never a nice human being. But I do what's needed at the time it's needed. I thank an old friend for this lighter. An old friend who, despite the injustice I did her many years ago, is still a friend. But that is because over time she understood what I went through. Which brings me on to another point. Modern psychiatric nursing, or that world, mental health. The modern conception of mental health is not to help you be who you are, but to medicate you enough to get you back into current society. There you go. They are not willing to accept who you are. I never will. Hell, if I'm honest, my own family don't. What's left of them. All I have left is 2 uncles, 1 mother, and 1 younger brother. And none of them accept who I am. My father did. But since his passing 2 years ago, I no longer have a place in my own family. Oh, am I being over dramatic? No. Fuck off. I'm not. Literally, I've been trying a social experiment. I used to phone my mother every other day to let her know what was going on, what I'm doing, blah, blah, bloody blah. For 3 weeks, I haven't phoned her. And guess what? She has not bothered to text or call me to wonder how I am. Interesting. And my younger brother, well, we haven't talked since earlier on this year. What held my family together died. Last year. My father. He was a good man. He understood me, I think. I miss him. My father was a central figure in my life. He was a flawed but good man. Um, One of the places I fit in is just lost another good person. I do not know how to emote. I'm feeling right now. It's a struggle. How can I express the depth and breadth of my passion to see the world put to rights? It's tiring because I know that that ain't gonna happen. We will continue along the catastrophe curve. Never quite ending ourselves. Never quite getting it right. Yeah, I'm drunk. What the fuck do I know? Raw honesty is what you came here for. That's what you get. Deary me. Can I find a positive note to end this song? I don't know. The way the world is. Yeah, I'm tired. Thank you for listening. There you go. There was the upbeat bit.